There are certain moments as a parent where you just stop and think, okay, this is why we do all the hard stuff. The very first clip you're seeing here is exactly that. One of our kids hopped on this little tractor and instantly went into full excitement mode, yelling, laughing, absolutely thrilled. And honestly, that reaction alone kind of set the tone for this whole video. So backing up a little bit, this is what it looked like right out of the box. Everything was packed really well. The kids were hovering around like tiny vultures the whole time because they knew something fun was coming. You'll see as we pull the parts out, it's not just a basic ride-on. There are different pieces for a tractor, the bulldozer, the excavator, the trailer, and as parents we were like, oh great, all these attachments, this is going to take forever. But honestly, it wasn't bad at all. So here's the assembly process. We sped this part up because nobody really wants to watch 30 minutes of us trying to figure out which bolt goes where. But the instructions were actually pretty clear. Everything was labeled and each piece made sense once you laid it out. You can see us putting on the wheels, the seat, the steering column, and again, all of this looks faster because of the speed, but even at normal pace, it was straightforward. I think the kids asked, is it done yet, about 20 times. One thing we always do when we get big toys like this is test the sturdiness as we go. So you'll see me pushing down on the frame, checking the wheels, making sure nothing wobbles. This one actually felt really solid once everything was locked in. By the time we were finished, we were honestly really impressed with how durable it looked. We've tried a lot of outdoor toys over the years, and some get used for a week before they're forgotten. But this one, yeah, this one took about 3 seconds to become the family's newest obsession. I was actually pretty surprised that I was able to get it all together by myself. Well, with the help of my kids, I guess, too. Although I did have to get Andrew to help me tighten the bolts on all of it. And that little thing goes in there. Now that it's put together, here's a better look at the details. This tractor has some features we didn't expect, so I wanted to slow down and show them up close. Here's the control panel, the power button, the forward and reverse switch. This part is actually really cool. It has Bluetooth and USB, so you can play music through it, which I would guess would immediately turn into a full concert in our driveway. It also comes with a high speed and a low speed button, which I thought was really convenient and very smart. This button controls the LED headlights, which were really cool. The kids thought that was so cool. Speaking of music.
Music.
And of course, what tractor doesn't come with a horn? Excavator mode is probably the most serious looking one. You'll see them scooping dirt and gravel, focusing so hard you'd think that they were operating heavy machinery on a real construction site. It's adorable, but also really cool how much coordination they learn from it. The bulldozer attachment was probably my favorite part of the tractor. You can dump the bucket with this lever, and the kids had so much fun scooping up all the leaves and gravel around the property. You can release this handle and it will lower down to the ground so that they can ride the tractor while it's pushing this stuff around. The remote control was definitely a big selling feature for me. You simply pair it to the tractor when it's on, and the tractor will respond to anything that you do with the remote control. You can go forward or reverse. You can change the direction of the tractor using the wheels and the buttons there. My son thought it was hilarious that the steering wheel was going by itself. I'm sure that as he gets older, he'll be able to start doing it on his own, which really makes this a toy that he can grow into. The details of this tractor were so cool. It even had a little seat belt for kids that can't quite sit by themselves, and these are those LED headlights that I was showing you earlier. The wheels have great traction too. You'll see later in the video that they handle the grass and different surfaces of our property without slipping or stopping. For a toy, it has a surprising amount of power, but it still feels controlled. This tractor handled everything in our yard, and it didn't get stuck or struggle at all. The 24-volt battery gave it enough power to feel fun without being unsafe. I really appreciated that this came with a full color set of instructions with easy-to-see diagrams. That made everything go a lot smoother. The only thing I would change is making the power button not quite so tempting. Red, lights up, but it does make this really cool tractor noise, which the kids absolutely love. The charging port is located in the middle, and I really liked that it had a little switch that you pull down so that it will open, and you put the charger right in. Well, that's enough of that. Let's check out how the kids liked it. There you go. Good manure. At the end of the day, the best part of this whole experience wasn't the features or the modes, it was the time we spent outside together. This kept the kids off the screens, kept them active, and honestly gave us a lot of sweet moments we wouldn't have had otherwise. It's one of those things that sparks imagination without you having to force anything. They just naturally start coming up with the games and the jobs and the stories, and watching that has been my favorite part. So yeah, that's our experience. A really fun outdoor toy that brought a whole lot of excitement to our house. And if your kids are anything like ours, they're going to fall in love with it instantly. Check out our link in the description and use our code BYG10 for 10% off the Garvee product collection.